Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to do another Ratchet teardown.
Not again!
This is one I've never done before. This is the Gearwrench 120XP family of ratchets. Of course, I've got the 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2. These are locking flex heads. What's cool about them is they have this button here. So you push the button out and that unlocks it. It becomes an indexing flex head, as you can see. Or you push it in and it locks it and it's not moving. So you can adjust it to wherever you want it, lock it in, and you're not going to lose it. It is a 120. Let me get it back straight there. It is a 120 tooth ratchet. I am going to be tearing down the 81375 or the 1/2 inch. The 3/8 inch is the 81321, and the 1/4 inch, man, that's small, 81055. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe if I put it over here in the, there we go, in the close-up cam, you can see it. All right, so I'm going to set the 3/8 and the 1/4 aside. I'm going to be using my Klein precision screwdriver set. This one takes a T8. So I'm going to remove those screws. Now remember, this is a 120 tooth or 120 position really. And the reason they say that is because it's got a 60 tooth gear attached to the anvil, but it's got 2 pawls that ride side by side, offset by 1 tooth. So, or actually about 1/2 a tooth, so that every other, when it moves, each gear tooth engages twice, once against each pawl. So let me get into the close-up so you can kind of see the interior there. It's well lubricated. There's the switch to go back and forth. I'm going to pull the anvil out first. And everything shoots around inside when you do that. So there you can see, I'll show you the anvil. It's got 60 teeth. So I'll set that over there. And here are the 2 pawls. Make sure everything's good in there. I'm gonna just clean that up a little. Looks a little dark. All right, and let me clean these pawls off. Let me see if we can see what it says on the front of that one. I don't know if I've got enough light. Let's see if that helps. No, it doesn't help at all. And there it is. What does that say? So greasy and shiny, it's hard to read. It says 12XCT. So, I don't know if you can, yeah, there you can kind of see 12XCT. And it's got a little indentation there. The other one, I believe this is the one that's in the back. They're slightly different colors. Guess that's how you tell them apart. And that one says 12XC. That looks like a 3. 12XC. Is that a 3? Or maybe it's 12X66. I don't know. My eyes are not that good. This one definitely says XCT. This one says 12XC. I swear that looks like a 6 to me. But anyway, that's the back. The silver one is the back. The black one is the one that goes in front. They ride next to each other like this. They are, if I put them side by side, maybe you can see they don't line up. They're like 1/2 a tooth off. And that's the way they ride. Well, they do no, they don't. I mean, you can make them line up if you want, but no, they are 1/2 a tooth off. So I'll set that there. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, why not? Doesn't cost you anything. Just hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. All right, if you look on the inside, let me unlock this so it can, let me show you how we do that. If I get the light just right, I just grab them with my very skinny needle nose and see they come right out. There's the spring. gonna set that in my magnetic tray over here. Well, my pliers are also magnetic, so it's a little hard to get it out of there. All right, and I'm gonna pull that back one out. It did not come with the spring. You don't want to lose that spring because that's what causes it to work. Get that spring out of there. Now with those two detents and the springs out, man, those are tiny little springs. You can see the switch. It's got the two holes in it. It's a very simple switch, but these ride in those holes. And as the pawls ride on, well, this is the one that rides on that one. They ride on here and they move up and down, and that's what causes the ratcheting action, the clickety clickety click that you hear. So let me see if I can get these put back together without losing any parts. Got to put this back in to put it back together. So, well, there's also, I'm really not taking this one out, or maybe I am. There's a little spring down here. And that, yeah, that does come out. The spring stayed in there. You can see the spring down there in the hole. That, oh, almost lost that. I'm putting that back before I lose it. That is what lets your, there comes the spring. That is what keeps your selector switch in place. So I'm going to put the spring back in there. Man, I've really taken this all apart. Hopefully I'll get it back together without losing any of these tiny, tiny parts that are probably irreplaceable. So I'll get that back down in there. Then I will get my switch back in. In order to get it in, I think I have to push that down. Or maybe not. Come on, spring or switch. Cooperate with me. You came out easily. There we go. Now, we just have to push that little, there we go. So now the the switch is back in, functioning properly. Now we have to put these two, that is the problem when you have magnetized tools when you're doing this. So let's see if I can make this work. This one goes in the back. Like that. Then I'm going to have to reassemble this. So take that detent. Let's hope it all stays together. I'm going to slide that in there. All right, so it appears everything's in. Remember, the silver one rides in the back. Slide that over. And then the black one rides in the front with the letters facing front. You've got that little channel in there. You want that facing the channel on the other one. You compress those. This is the hard part about these two pawl systems, is getting the anvil in once you get it out. Let me go back to here. Yeah, they always want to pop out. So let's do this again. I want to get that one there, that one there. And you have to get them compressed and get the anvil down in there while they're still compressed. And they don't always want to cooperate. Come on, guys. Work with me here. All right. So once you get it in there, do I have it locked? Yeah, there we go. Once you have it in there, you want to do a little function test. Make sure that rotates. Flip the switch back the other way. Then once that's like that, I like to add a little bit of PTFE lubricant just to make sure everything's running smoothly. Remember, the higher the tooth count, the lighter the oil you want to put in there. So I'm going to put that dry side up. Get my 2 screws. Seat that one firmly. Remember, this is a T8 bit. Want to tighten it, but don't over tighten it. You don't want to strip out those screws. Clean that up a little. And there we go. Our ratchet is back together. Works just fine. We're going to reverse it. Still got a little bit of oil leaking out of there, but that's fine. I'm happy with that. So yeah, that's how the dual pawl system works. I'm going to lock that. But you can hear it is a very fine tooth. I'll put it up to my microphone. That's 120 teeth rotating there. So that is the Gearwrench 120XP family of ratchets. I'm not going to do the little ones because you saw how much trouble it was with the big one. And there you go. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you being here. And until next time, guys, ramble on.
And scene.